Welcome back to Not So Mid-Major, where again we are going to be analyzing every single NHL team between now until NHL Draft Day, seeing what their draft picks are for this year. And in this one, we're going to be talking about the Pittsburgh Penguins. Yes, this is a shirt from 2016 when the Pittsburgh Penguins beat the San Jose Sharks. I like this shirt. It is awesome. I will keep wearing it. And yes, I am still waiting for the Sharks to win a Stanley Cup. We're going to be talking about the Pittsburgh Penguins in this one. If you wanted to check out the one with San Jose Sharks and how much I hated myself, you can go check that one out. But Pittsburgh Penguins this year, they do have their first round pick, traded away their second, third, and fourth round pick, did pick up a New Jersey Devils third round pick in the meantime, do have their own fifth and sixth round pick, traded away their seventh round pick, but did pick up a Toronto Maple Leafs and a Florida Panthers seventh round pick. So this one has a lot of different trades involved. So let's just go round by round. What did the Pittsburgh Penguins give away? What did they receive in return? Well, that second round, there was a trade made with the Nashville Predators back on March 1st of 2023, where the Nashville Predators received a 2023 second round pick, Penguins receiving Mikael Granlund. Mikael Granlund, drafted in the first round in 2010 by the Minnesota Wild. With the Minnesota Wild, played 7 years, 461 games, 93 goals, 224 assists, which is actually fifth in franchise, and 317 points, which is eighth in franchise. He was then traded to the Nashville Predators in exchange for Kevin Fiala. With the Nashville Predators, played 268 games, 51 goals, 111 assists for 162 points. With the Pittsburgh Penguins, just 21 games, 1 goal, 4 assists for 5 points. And into the third round, where the Pittsburgh Penguins made a trade with the Los Angeles Kings back on April 12th of 2021, where the LA Kings received a 2022 third round pick and a 2023 fourth round pick, both of which were the Pittsburgh Penguins. Pittsburgh Penguins, on the other hand, receiving Jeff Carter, and 50% of his contract salary was retained. Before I talk about Jeff Carter, I do want to mention that LA Kings did trade away that 2022 third round pick to the Tampa Bay Lightning in exchange for a 2022 fourth round and sixth round pick. But meanwhile, Jeff Carter, he was drafted first round in 2003 by the Philadelphia Flyers. With the Flyers, played 6 years, 461 games, 181 goals, 162 assists for 343 points. He was then traded to the Columbus Blue Jackets in exchange for Jakub Voracek and drafted in other draft picks that were used to select Sean Couturier and Nick Cousins. With the Blue Jackets, just played 1 year, 39 games, 15 goals, 10 assists for 25 points. He was then traded to the Los Angeles Kings in exchange for Jack Johnson and a first round pick. With the Kings, played 10 years, 580 games, 194 goals, which is tied 10th in franchise, 189 assists, and 383 points. With the Pittsburgh Penguins, played 3 years, 169 games, 41 goals, 44 assists for 85 points. And on to the other piece in the third round, there was a trade made with the New Jersey Devils back on July 16th of 2022, where the New Jersey Devils received John Marino, Pittsburgh Penguins receiving Ty Smith, and a 2023 third round pick, which is the New Jersey Devils pick. John Marino, drafted in the sixth round in 2015 by the Edmonton Oilers. He was then traded to the Pittsburgh Penguins in 2019 in exchange for a sixth round pick. With the Penguins, played 189 games, 10 goals, 54 assists for 64 points, and 215 blocks. With the New Jersey Devils so far, 64 games, 4 goals, 14 assists for 18 points and 81 blocks. Ty Smith was drafted in the first round in 2018 by the New Jersey Devils. He had a whole lot of WHL experience with the Spokane Chiefs. He played with the New Jersey Devils for 2 years, 114 games, 7 goals, 36 assists for 43 points. With the Pittsburgh Penguins, just 9 games, 1 goal, 3 assists. And into the fourth round, where there was a trade made with the Montreal Canadiens back on July 16th of 2022, where the Montreal Canadiens received Michael Matheson, a 2023 fourth round pick that is the Pittsburgh Penguins receiving Jeff Petrie and Ryan Poehling. Montreal Canadiens receiving Michael Matheson. He was drafted in the first round in 2012 by the Florida Panthers. With the Panthers, played 5 years, just shy of 300 games, 299 games, 33 goals, 58 assists for 441 blocks. With the Pittsburgh Penguins, 2 years, 118 games, 16 goals, 31 assists, 121 blocks, and 138 hits. With the Montreal Canadiens, 48 games, 8 goals, 26 assists, 80 blocks, and 53 hits. And the Pittsburgh Penguins receiving 2 players. Let's start off with Ryan Poehling. He was drafted in the first round in 2017. With the Canadiens, played 85 games, 13 goals, 9 assists. With the Pittsburgh Penguins, 53 games, 7 goals, 7 assists. And Jeff Petrie, drafted in the second round in 2006 by the Edmonton Oilers. With the Oilers, played 295 games, 17 goals, 57 assists, 470 blocks, 568 hits. With the Montreal Canadiens, 508 games, 70 goals, 178 assists, 767 blocks, 1,072 hits. With the Pittsburgh Penguins, 61 games, 5 goals, 26 assists, 111 blocks, and 190 hits. And now on to the 7th round, where there was 3 different trades that the Pittsburgh Penguins had for all these different draft picks that they have or got rid of. Let's start off with the nice, simple, and easy one, the one with the Florida Panthers back on July 8th of 2022, where essentially the Panthers and Penguins just flip-flopped 7th round picks between the year 2022 and 2023. And the Florida Panthers, in that 2022 7th round pick, decided to select Liam Armsby, who's only played in the OHL so far. The North Bay Battalion's played 3 years, 155 games, 25 goals, 51 assists, and 76 points. And how did the Pittsburgh Penguins receive Toronto Maple Leafs' 7th round pick? Well, there was a trade made on July 17th of 2021 where the Maple Leafs received Jared McCann, the Pittsburgh Penguins were receiving Philip Hollander, and a 2023 7th round pick that is the Toronto Maple Leafs. So with this trade in particular, it was more trying to save and figure out who is the Seattle Kraken going to select from both of the teams. Let's start off with the Toronto Maple Leafs receiving Jared McCann. Jared McCann was drafted in the first round in 2014 by the Vancouver Canucks. He was then traded to the Florida Panthers in 2016 and then traded to the Pittsburgh Penguins in 2019. With the Penguins played 141 games, 39 goals, 45 assists, and 84 points. 3 days after this trade was made, he was then selected by the Seattle Kraken in the expansion draft. With the Seattle Kraken, he has played 153 games, 67 goals, 53 assists, and 120 points. Pittsburgh Penguins receiving Philip Hollander. He was drafted in the 2nd round in 2018 by the Pittsburgh Penguins. He was then traded to the Toronto Maple Leafs in 2020. With the SHL, he's played 123 games, 25 goals, 34 assists, and 59 points. He pretty much has no NHL experience, but did play 3 games. I think has a total of like 20 minutes of time on ice. Hasn't recorded a goal or assist, so doesn't have a point. So maybe he does get called back over, and maybe hopefully he can wrap the puck up and get a first goal or first assist. And now probably the most complicated trade that we're going to be talking about in this video, because it's a 3-way trade between the Pittsburgh Penguins, San Jose Sharks, and Montreal Canadiens back on March 3rd of 2023, where the Pittsburgh Penguins receiving Nick Bonino at 50% of his contract salary, Montreal Canadiens receiving the signing rights to Tony Sund, 50% of Nick Bonino's salary, and 2024 5th round pick that is the San Jose Sharks' pick. San Jose Sharks receiving the signing rights to Arvid Henriksen, a 2023 7th round pick that is the Pittsburgh Penguins, as well as Pittsburgh Penguins' 2024 5th round conditional pick. And so where to begin with this, I guess the more irrelevant one, and that's probably a self-shot, San Jose Sharks, Arvid Henriksen, drafted in the 7th round in 2016, has only stayed with Lake Superior State, has played 132 games, has 1 goal, 8 assists, and 167 penalty minutes. Montreal Canadiens receiving the signing rights to Tony Sund. He was undrafted and then signed with the San Jose Sharks back in 2019. Has only really had SHL experience, has 88 games, 7 goals, 18 assists. And now Nick Bonino. Very interesting history, and this is kind of why I love doing these videos, especially just to track to see what the player's history is like between the NHL. So Nick Bonino was drafted in 2007 in the 6th round by the San Jose Sharks. He's played with the Ducks, Canucks, Penguins, Predators, Wild, then Sharks, and now with the Penguins. He did win with the Penguins back in 2016 for a Stanley Cup. He actually scored the game-winning goal in Game 1 of that series, which, again, that was against the San Jose Sharks. In his total NHL experience, 14 years, 823 games, 158 goals, 195 assists, and 886 blocks. And that is it with this one. I think this one was actually a pretty quick one, despite us talking about 7 different trades that happened along the way. So let me know, what do you think about these different trades that happened for the Pittsburgh Penguins? Does their future look a little bit brighter than what it already is right now, or are they still just trying to wait out some of these longer contracts that they have? Maybe they will start to rebuild. So leave your comments down below. Until next time, please hit like and please hit subscribe. Like I said, I'm trying to make a video between now until NHL draft day and really try to catch up, talk about all these different teams that we're going to be talking along the way. What were their draft picks for this year? What did they trade away? What did they receive in return? And until next time, please stay safe and please stay healthy.